Hi, it's Luke from Performance Auto Electrical here for Adelaide RV, and today we're going to show you about the solar systems, how they're designed now with fuses and isolators. Just like a 5-minute check that you can do yourself if you think that your solar's not working, the input from it. So how the solar systems used to be is it used to have the solar panel with 2 cables straight from the solar panel straight to a solar regulator. The new ruling is now the system has to be fused, so the solar panels have to have fuses. Generally now a lot of the manufacturers are putting the fuses up on the roof in the connections for the solar panels, and then also it has to have an isolator to turn the solar off as well. So when you're working on the system or anything like that, you can physically actually turn the solar panels off so you haven't got voltage coming in. And then obviously the fuse up on the roof, so if there's a short or anything like that through the wiring from the solar regulator to the roof, the fuse will blow out. With this one here, we've turned it off at the moment, so it's got the red arc system. So we'll go no solar, the panels are out there, the switch is off. As soon as I turn the switch on, within a few seconds, so now we can see that the solar system is charging and working. So that is a very easy test if you think it's not working or doing anything at all. This is a red arc system. You can do it on any other system with the voltages or with your solar, and it's just a matter of turning it off straight away. As soon as we turn it off, it goes to no solar, turn it on, it's come up with 14.4 volts. So we know it's charging. Some of them you'll only know that it's charging. This here will exactly tell you the voltage. It will tell you the amps, what it's actually doing, the in and out, so you can exactly know exactly how much. But just a quick indication, is the solar system working, is you can turn the switch off, check the screen or on your other regulators, and away you go. Okay, so now with this one we're going to check the fuse and where it's located. So most of the time with the fuse, some of the manufacturers are putting them inside in the cupboard where you can access them, or a lot of them are doing an inline type. So this one is one of the inline type. So it's the actual main cable that's coming in. You've got the junction here, this is the fuse. So it's the inline fuse for the solar panel. So this is what you got to check and make sure it's not blown. So we'll undo it now and we'll check it. So this is, I've just unclipped it out of the system, and now we want to check the fuse. So the actual fuse, the holder unscrews, like so. Then the fuse is in the center, which will probably need some pliers. Once the top's unscrewed, pull the fuse out. It's a 30 amp inline fuse, and then you can check this with a multimeter. We don't need to check this one because we know it's all good. It's a brand new fuse and system's all working. But yeah, you can obviously check it with the multimeter. Make sure you got continuity through the fuse. If not, you haven't got continuity, obviously, is replace it. The next thing what we have found with some of these as well is the connection is quite loose. So when you replace or check it, just make sure that the actual fuse is very tight in the holder, because the next thing is, we're finding a lot of these, they're not tight, so they're actually getting a high resistance point in the connection. It's a matter of screwing it back together and then putting it back into the system. Okay, so with this solar system, it has the circuit breaker fuse inside. So it's a 30 amp one also. To trip it so there is no power, it's a matter of pushing this button. Now the solar system's turned off, so that's the circuit breaker's it basically blown when you push it, so it blows open circuits of the breaker. So that is, instead of a fuse that you have to replace, this one here to replace it, or reset it I should say, is a matter of flicking that back in. Now you have reset the circuit breaker. So if you're working on the van or anything like that, with the other ones you have to take the fuse out or turn a switch off. But with this one here, it's just a matter of pushing that, circuit's open now. There's no solar panel voltage coming into the solar regulator, and if there is a short or anything like that, that's what happens. It blows out like that automatically, but to reset, it's a matter of pushing that little tab back in. Now the solar's back on, charging, and all good to go. Okay, so this one is a different manufacturer as well. So they all do it a little bit different at the moment. So depending on your van, your manufacturer, for how it is. So this one has the breaker as well. So it's got your breaker to actually turn the complete system off. And also it still has the fuses. So each panel on this has its own individual fuse. So the panels, there's 4 panels on the roof of this particular van. So the panels come into the fuse. So they're all individually fused, and then it has the main breaker on the whole system as well. So they're all a bit different how they work and what they do. So with this here, you would check, make sure the breaker is in first, and then if the breaker was in and you still had no solar, or you thought your input was very low, would be to start checking these individually fuses, because one panel might have just blown, one of the fuses might have blown, so you might still be working on 3 panels. So you would check the fuses individually and make sure they're all good as well. So it's a matter of just taking the fuses out, checking them with a multimeter, and then put the fuse back on. And with this one, check the solar system is working, which we know it's a brand new van, this one. So it's all working. Up on the screen here, we've got the zeros. In a minute, once it works out what it needs and what it to do, it will start doing an input to the battery. So hopefully this has helped you to know how the new solar systems work, and if you've got one and having issues with it, to check these simple things yourself first. Alternatively, you can give us a call and we can have a look at your system and check it all out. If you've got any dramas with it, or if you don't have solar systems, we can supply and fit your solar systems. We can add to your solar systems. We can do battery upgrades, the whole lot. So all your 12 volt need, give us a call, Performance Auto Electrical.